Does anyone know what this little thing is? For those who do not know, this is a smartwatch. I never imagined myself wearing one, but since I got one, it made me realize something really important, and I would like to share it with you. Firstly, hit the subscribe button and the alert icon to stay tuned with our most recent videos, and also join our newly launched members platform through the Student Investor website using the link below. Now, what does a smartwatch do? It depends on how expensive it is, but the basic Mi Band, for instance, that comes with the Xiaomi device, that's how I got mine, basically analyzes your sleep or tracks your steps, the calories that you spend. You can connect it to track certain workouts. You can program it to track specific types of workouts that you do. Also, it can, of course, show you the time and even do things like a stopwatch or a running time and things like that. More advanced smartwatches can also even call, track your food, listen to music, look at your WhatsApp messages or whatever else you can imagine. Now the question is, what is the topic of this video and why did I introduce this small device? My smartwatch allowed me to identify the perfect sleeping patterns for myself. And therefore, as I believe that sleep is the most important part of your day in order to have focus, energy, and the right mindset to continue with your plans, your studies, or your work, I wanted to share this knowledge with you. Now let's talk about some expert advice. Experts suggest that you should sleep somewhere between 8 to 12 p.m. or preferably until 11. The reason is that a person reaches this so-called deep sleep between 2 and 4 in the morning. Therefore, experts claim that if you sleep later than 12 in the evening or 12 midnight, you will not reach the deep sleep that is required for you to relax and your body to heal and be able to have your full capacity the next morning. Therefore, based on this advice, I started tracking my sleep as soon as I bought this smartwatch, and the results were very impressive for myself. I always observed that because I was doing sports and exercising and also doing a lot of things outside my school or my university, I always slept quite early and I woke up early, and therefore I had energy. On the days that I slept quite late, I felt that I was weak and I didn't have the same focus as I had in the days that I slept early. Therefore, I tracked my sleep with the smartwatch, and basically as soon as I went to bed, it started tracking how much light sleep I have and how much deep sleep I have compared to other users of this device. I realized that if I sleep before 11 in the evening, preferably around 10 to 10:30, and let's say I woke up around 7 o'clock in the morning, therefore capturing around 8 hours and 30 minutes of sleep, depending on when I fell asleep actually when I went to bed, because maybe you go to bed at 10 o'clock but then you fall asleep at 11. It depends on the person. So for me it usually takes like around 15-20 minutes depending on the day to fall asleep. So let's say I sleep for 8 to 8.5 hours, and then from 10:30 until 7 in the morning I will have around 3 to 4 hours of deep sleep. Now if I compare this to other users, I sleep earlier than 90% of the people, and I also have more deep sleep than 90% of the people. Therefore, this is some impressive results by itself. Nevertheless, when I compare these results for myself, when I sleep, let's say at 1 or 2 in the morning, when I go out with friends, or if I stay up late for a reason, I will only have an hour, maybe an hour and a half of deep sleep. Some nights I may even have 30 minutes of deep sleep, and I can feel this the next morning. When I wake up, let's say even if I sleep 8 hours, let's say I sleep from 2 in the morning until 10, when I wake up I will feel so out of focus and weak, and I will not have the same energy as before, or I won't even have energy to like eat as much as I usually do, or for example, work out, or focus on my business plans, or filming for my channel, or observe the stock market. I won't be able to like grasp the information as I usually do. If I'm not mistaken, this must be the case with most of you as you're watching this video, and therefore I have some suggestions for you. And also these suggestions are things that I tried myself based on the information that I use from my smartwatch. First thing I would suggest you to do is focus on sleeping before 12 midnight, and hopefully if you can manage before 11 in the evening. And therefore you will be able to sleep 8 hours and then grasp the most hours of deep sleep that you can, and therefore you will observe that you will have a lot more focus, a lot more energy the following day. Try to minimize the days that you will sleep late, and even if you do, try to make the 8-hour mark. And even if you will drink, have a lot of like vitamins and healthy food, don't eat a lot of junk food as most of us do, like you go to McDonald's after clubs and stuff, that's okay, but minimize the amount of days that you do that, and also try to eat healthy food the next morning, because it will really help you to get some energy back and focus on the rest of the day. Finally, if you really want to track your sleep and the amount of deep sleep and light sleep that you experience in a normal night, you should purchase a smartwatch. It doesn't need to be like 100 or 200 euro or dollar watch. You can just buy a simple smartwatch for about $20 to $30 on Amazon or eBay. Thank you for your attention, and I hope that the information provided was useful for you. And if you would like to learn a simple, effective, and efficient way of investing your capital or creating a successful business plan, access the Student Investor Guidebook and Business Plan Example using the links below.